Well, good morning, mid-morning. Just came in for a little chat before I do some errands, run some errands. I came in for a little chat. Come in, let's talk. Oh, goodness. One of my buddies is live, and I wanted to go in there. Good morning, mid-morning. Just coming in for a little chat. Just have a seat. Have a sip with me before I get my day started. Well, actually, my day's been started, but before I continue on with my journey for today. Y'all, it's some crazy. Hey, Boss's channel, Ursula. Hey, baby. Ursula, I think I've been looking for you. Am I wrong? I've seen you, but I've been looking for you. I think so. Am I wrong? Let me know. Am I looking for the right person? I've been everywhere. Hey, Queen. You guys, I want to come in and just chit chat. I want to chit chat. That's all. Good morning, mid-morning. Hope everyone day is going well. Hey, JP, good morning, baby. Listen, I got a couple of things. You know, I run through these streets, I hang up in the bushes, and I damn near break my neck looking at all these people on YouTube sometime. I just go around and I'm telling you, I'm in those bushes. The bushes get heavy because there's a lot of people up there. There's a lot of people up in those bushes. But I often wonder, do they see what I see? Now, you know, I come down here and I don't really want to talk about the mess. I really want to talk about positive stuff and, you know, investments and credit repair and positivity. But sometimes I just see so much stuff with my little eyes that I want to talk about. One of them is, yes, you have. I thank you. Love you much, baby. Hope all is well, Ursula. Now, I've been going, I've been hanging out on these YouTube streets and I peeped something last week. And so now I hear them talking about it this week. So that lets me know what I saw was right. Now, I want to talk about this fake YouTube ship and friendship and what happens and flip-floppers. That's what they call them now. I have a different perspective on it. I don't think everyone means to be a flip-flopper, but I do think when people start seeing you for who you really are, even though they was part of some of the BS, some of it goes beyond entertainment and it crosses boundaries. And then people realize, oh shit, I better step back. Nah, they moving this way. And that's not what I'm about. So then when you switch and you switch direction and you go the other way, they call you a flip-flopper, or it was fake love or fake YouTube shit. That's not always the case. A lot of people come on here and when we entertain this BS, as far as, you know, this dragging and roasting and gagging, and it goes beyond what you really want to call entertainment or you view as entertainment, you back up and then you back out. And then people see you moving certain way and they say they moving kind of funny. Hey, Trina. So with that being said, now I like Miss Pizarro. Yep, I'm going to speak on it. And I normally don't call names and I don't get on. I like Miss Pizarro. Now, I don't like what's happening to her. And people is questioning Miss Pizarro. It was right. It was okay, Miss Pizarro, when you was there. But from my observation, Miss Pizarro have always been Pizarro. Like I view Rico as always being Rico. They bring you who they are. Now, when they see something a little different, then it may change their perspective of what is really going on as far as roasting, gagging, and entertainment. Maybe to them at that point they realize, because people are saying, well, Pizarro, you was with the shit. I said the same thing. I call it as I see it. To me, you were with the shit. But she has made it a point to call people on their shit that she didn't like. And I don't know. Hey, CC, Captivating Christian. I don't know if people see that. Here's my problem with what's going on. Now, I try to stay out of it. But I come down here and I tell you, I speak my mind. I tell you my opinion, my perspective, my perception, and my view. And they belong to Mz.Teavalocity. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. You may not agree, and it's okay for us to agree to disagree. But I kind of kept quiet on this for a couple of days because, they say you want to stay out of stuff. But I got to call a spade a spade. I think it's overboard. And I think it crosses the line when you start calling agencies. I've always said that. And let me tell you why. I spoke about it last week or the week before. Because when you involve these agencies, see, those people are there to do a job. Now, everyone has a good day and everyone has a bad day. And I said it, and I'll say it again. What if that was Miss Pizarro or is Miss Pizarro, and they walked in Miss Pizarro home and took her children out of her home for some YouTube bullshit? For something we can't even really see. We're only speculating when we think what's going on behind these avatars and behind the black screens. We're only speculating. What we really hear is not what we really see. So when you call these agencies and you, out of anger, malicious intent, and send them to someone's house to take their kids who you deem to be in a negative environment, you deem them to be in a negative environment now, but it wasn't like that before. And I know, I don't give a damn what these people think about me, how many videos they make, and what they say. But we have to be very, very careful doing it, because when I hear some of these people, kids in the background, the readers, the Pizarros, and whoever have children in the background, I hear happy children. I hear children, just children. That's all I hear. I have never, ever witnessed, and I don't know, because if you guys have witnessed any of these parents' kids in a dangerous environment, put a 1 in the chat. I've never witnessed that. So I can't call, CPS, FBI, DHS, and all these crazy people. I can't call them because I really haven't witnessed that. And just because I'm mad, I want to call these people. That's not cool. That's jeopardizing innocent kids. And that's the shit that really bothers Mz.Teavalocity. And I don't care whether you say I'm inserting myself. No, I'm speaking facts. I'm not taking up for either one. I'm taking up for the kids. See, because that's who I really care about. The innocent children, the innocent little bystanders who's in there playing on their tablets, watching television, eating chicken nuggets, chicken macaroni cheese, or whatever. French fries. They're innocent. They can't control what their parents do. So we should leave them out of it. I don't care how mad you get at me. Leave my children out of it. Even though my children is grown, they're still my children. I could be 70 and they could be 40 and 50. They're still my damn children. I bore them. And they are mine. And I'm always going to protect them, no matter how old they are. I'm always going to be a mother to my children. It doesn't matter. And if that child is happy, you need to leave them alone. You need to leave them out of them. Attack her. Y'all attack each other, drag each other until what they say. The skin is off the knees, the scalp, pulling the weave, the edges, and all the stuff they say in dragging. But leave those innocent babies out of it. But you know who I fault? I'm gonna tell you who I fault. I fault us. And when I say us, I'm just gonna say us. And I'm only gonna say that because I'm talking in general. I fault us for supporting that bullshit. See, you sit there and support it. You support that. And when you support that, you're saying it's okay. I don't think it's okay. So I don't support it. I don't cash app it. I don't give it a click in the view. I don't support any form of support. I don't give those content creators that do that, because as long as you sitting back in the cut, whether you watch it in the bushes or not, and you see that's happening, you're supporting it. When do you stand up and say enough is enough? Okay, guys, this is enough. We're not gonna drag these kids, and let's just keep it amongst us. They could fight all day, they could drag all day, they could call each other bitches and whores and sluts, and leave those babies out of it, you guys. Come on, we have to take a stand. See, we got so much shit going on in the real world. And I want to say, I believe Andrea tell me all the time, that is, Andrea, what's that word? Because I said, it seems like YouTube is really heavily connected to the real world. And she said, that's not Cosmo. Andrea, help me out. But anywho, she's going to give me the word in a minute. And I said, because it seems like every time something is really disruptive in the real world, is the same on YouTube. Now, you might not like what I say. I really don't give a damn. I really don't care. See, because there's no way you can affect me. So you can't do anything to me. So I'm going to continue microcosm. That's it. Thank you, Dre. Microcosm. That's so okay. So let me get back. See, I can't watch the chat. So excuse me, I'll get back to the chat later. But you can't tell me that you're sitting there supporting these people that's doing this shit, involving innocent kids who can be taken out of their home, put in foster care, and a foster care home that will abuse them. Not all foster care homes are like that, but we're beginning to realize a lot of them are. People are growing up and they telling their story. Kids are missing. Them little boys are still missing. And in our heart of hearts, we all may believe that they are no longer here on earth because of foster parents. So when you do bullshit like that, you claim you thinking about the kids. No. You're not thinking about the kids at all. Because if you did, and in your heart of hearts, you know that those kids are not in jeopardy, you wouldn't pick up that phone and make a call to an agency with false claims. So what if I, as a caseworker, I'm a caseworker, what if I, as a caseworker for DHS, will go in there, I get this report, and I go in there and I knock on that door, and I decide that this woman's attitude just wasn't right. Even though you have to prove it, remember, the power of the pen is mighty. People could write some shit down and you could look at it. It's just like us watching television, and you'll believe it. You'll believe it. That's why they say always document something. Always do documentation. So now I'm feeling in a funky ass mood, and I go over to this lady's house, and even though I see her kids are there playing, they look happy, her house is clean, but when I open her refrigerator, she only has a gallon of milk in there. I may think that's neglect, because she don't have a full refrigerator to feed those babies. So now I'm going to start jotting down what I think I see. And when I take it to the agency, we would deem that unfit. Now that's a fact. Shit, because I was in a bad mood and because she had a funky attitude when I came to the door. Now I'm going to penalize her. We don't know who these people are working for. We don't know who these people are on YouTube. We hear people say all the time, I work for a government agency. We don't know what government agency they're talking about. We don't know who these people really are. So we need to be real careful of what we say and what we do on this social media public platform, because you can incriminate yourself. Even if you joke in saying something, these people take it for facts. We don't know nothing about these people, really. I don't know anything about Slim 2, K. Edwards, only what they get on this public platform and tell me. I know about Queen Diva because that's my biological sister. So I know about her. But I don't know nothing about really these people. I'm only developing a YouTube shit with Pink Sugar, but I don't know only what she put on this platform. So when I start calling these people, telling them what you have told me on an open forum, then I could be making false claims, because you could be feeding me anything. You could just be telling me anything. So it's very important that we don't call these agencies. Don't be so mad and angry because somebody calls your name that you put their children in jeopardy. And then you say, oh, I care about the kids. I'm doing it because I care about. No, you're doing it to be malicious, because if you care about the kids, you would leave them alone, because you don't know about the kids. We don't really know about these kids. We don't. We're just assuming from what we see that we can call it what it is. We can't definitely call it what it is. We can't say something is going on in Reed's house with her kids, that they in jeopardy, that she's a negative parent. I mean, she a neglectful parent. We can't say Rita kids is in jeopardy. We can't say Pizarro kids is in jeopardy. We can't say Mz.Teavalocity kids is in jeopardy. We can't say these kids are in jeopardy or they're being neglected by something we half-ass see on YouTube. You guys got to stop. And if you support that, then you just as bad as the person who's doing it. Now, you might not like this teaching. Ain't that what they say? They might not like this teaching. But if you sitting down there supporting that bullshit, then you just as bad as that person. Now that's a fact, because these people can't do what they do if you don't support their YouTube channels. And I'm not talking about one specific case or one specific content creator. I'm talking about all the content creators that has been doing that bullshit. All of them I'm calling on the carpet. See, I don't move like that, because I don't let people get me that angry that I want to hurt their children. You're not hurting them as much as you hurting their children. Do you realize that? You're not hurting her so much as you hurting those children, because to take a child away from their mother is a traumatic thing. Very, very traumatic. I know, I'm telling you. I see these cases all the time. So that's a traumatic experience for a kid. A traumatic experience for a kid that they will never, ever forget. That's why we hear the stories now as adults, because they're able to speak out. They're able to tell you what happened when you pulled them from with their parents, mother or father. Some homes are two-parent household. All households are not just single parents. They're able to tell you that. And when they tell you those stories and the tragic things that happen to them in these adoptive homes and foster homes, then you want to feel sorry and sad and remorseful for something you did. It's too late. The damage is freaking done. When you pick that phone up, and I know it takes more than that. Y'all, let I tell you, it takes more than them coming to your house. But I know what that pin could do. I know what you could go back and report to those agencies. I know that for a fact. And people will believe it. And they will take kids out of the home. Not all the time you go in there and say, oh, well, everything was intact and the kids are okay, and you walk away. Sometimes you go in there in an effed up attitude just because you just having a bad day. And then so if you go into someone's home and immediately they jump on defense, then right there, you and that person is in somewhat of a battle. And unfortunately, you can win. You could win by your pen. That's why I say we need to stop it. Now, I don't do it, but I'm just generalizing, saying we need to really grab a hold of what's going on. We seeing too much of it and not doing anything about it. And you say, well, that's not my business. I don't get in it. Don't insert yourself. Don't speak on it. Don't do that. No, it's everybody goddamn business. See, because some form and fashion, we end up taking care of those hurting children. We end up experiencing those hurting adults. See, they were children and now they adults. Somehow we are a community that should be a village, that should be building up a child and not tearing them down, should be building up our community and not tearing it down. We seem to think it's okay because I get mad at Andrea that I call all these agencies on her. That's not okay. So when are you going to stop supporting that garbage? When are you going to stop supporting it? Because you are the one that's keeping it going by Cash App and Super Chat and cheering them on, rah, 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 clicking and viewing. You're keeping them going because that's how they're getting paid. They're getting paid to do shit like this. And you are paying them to do destruction to these children, these innocent children. You're paying them to destroy these families, these people, their personal lives. When you super chat them, cash at them, give them a click and view, you're paying for them to perform like this. And the more you pay them, I don't know if you realize, the more you pay them, the worse they get. The worse they get. That's the sad thing about it. So you do have control over what's going on. Thank you, BBK. You have control on what's going on. You are part of the problem and not part of the solution. And as I sat here and I watched this shit go on for a couple of days, hanging in the bushes, sometime I drop down in chats. It depend on how I felt. As I watched this go on, my heart was hurting for both ladies, just in the past. And I'm going to say this, Reed and I don't have a perfect relationship. You all know that kerfuffle we went through if you've been with me and with Reed from the beginning. But that has nothing to do with Makai. It has nothing to do with her. Thank you, Ursula. Appreciate that. It has nothing to do with her son. So why should I take it out on him? I shouldn't. I should be big enough, smart enough, intellectual enough not to take it out on a little innocent child. That's what happens when you call CPS, my love. You guys, that's what happened. I don't care if y'all don't like Rita. I don't care if you don't like Reed. I don't care if you don't like Pizarro. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like none of them. Their children didn't have anything to do with this mess. You guys need to make this right. And the damage is done. So you can't make it right for what you've already done to those women. See, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say it, and I don't give a damn how many videos. You know I don't watch them videos, so it doesn't matter. But you got to think for yourself and you got to feel for these women. They're on YouTube doing the same thing everyone else is, roasting and gagging and dragging. Hold on, you guys, my little pup. Okay, I'm back. You got to say to yourself, damn, even though I don't like so and so, even though we don't get along, or we don't have we don't had our differences. You got to say to yourself, if you're a mother, even if you're not a mother, you know what a love is, what a bond between someone, the love of a mother and their child. You have to know that is wrong. You need to call it wrong when it's wrong. Stop beating around the flipping bush. Whether you like a person or not, you got to call a spade a spade. I call a spade a spade. Now, I don't give a damn whether they like me or not. Y'all know I don't really care. I'm not that invested, but you got to call a spade a spade. You have to have some type of empathy, sympathy, compassion. Where is the humanity in us when shit like that happens? My heart goes out for anybody who's in the position of their children being taken, because we don't know, could that be a good or a bad thing for that child or children? Listen, girl, I ain't got time. Let me tell you something. You have a right to do what you do with your money, baby. And if it's well in your heart, and I'm going to address this right quick. Let me address this one right quick. I cash app Tracy to help with her daily living expenses. Tracy cares about children, and she just protecting them from the environment they are in. You know what? I call it bullshit. This ain't even all about Tracy. See, you jump in here to windmill and defend somebody. You didn't hear me call anyone's name. You heard me call several women. And if that's the way you spend your money and is well in your soul, then you do that, baby. I don't care where you spend your money. I'm just saying you part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. You don't know what environment those kids are in. You don't know where those kids are. We're only assuming that is a neglectful environment because someone is hooping and hollering and because they say they smoke. So y'all, for that person, I respect what you're saying, baby, but you need not to come in here to windmill or defend anyone. You the one who said Tracy. Did you hear me say Tracy? You brought Tracy up, so you must feel some kind of way that you cash app her and take care of her. You feel like that because you said it. You didn't hear me call her name. I said, for the people, let me reiterate, for the people that's calling CPS, FBI, DHS, and all those alphabets people, you need to stop. You need to stop because you're putting people in jeopardy. You're putting innocent little children in jeopardy. You don't know the bond and the love they have for their mother. You don't know that, or their father. You don't know that. So you can't say they in a neglectful environment and people care about kids. If you cared about the kids, you wouldn't do the shit you do. So go on with the bullshit. Miss me with it. Miss me with it. Because I don't buy it. Because I care about that child, I wouldn't do what I do if I thought it was being done for malicious intent. See, what are your intentions when you call those people? When you call those alphabet people, what is your intentions? That's what you need to ask yourself. What is my intention when I make this call? So I don't know who that is, but I'm going to read a couple of these comments, and I'm not defending any wrongdoing. I don't care. I don't care. She's not the only one. No, no, no. Tracy is not the only one who have called these people. There's other content creator who has called these people. Content creators with children. That's what baffles me. Content creators with children. They have children of their own. And then you have a nerve to call and try to get someone's children taken out of their home. And you have your own children. Put yourself in that position. What if they take my innocent son or daughter away from me? I'm on here trying to make money. Let's put in that perspective. I'm on here as a job. Some of these YouTube content creators, this is their job. So I'm on here doing my job, whether people like it or not. And because I'm on here doing my job, and people don't like the way I do my job, they want to put you in jeopardy, Tommy. I don't know why I picked Tommy. Yashika, any name. They want to put my baby in jeopardy because they don't like the way I'm doing my job. Because this is a job for some people. This is their job. And some of these people are doing their jobs well. Some of them are entertaining. It's when we cross the boundaries of entertainment. That's the problem I have. I don't care you cussing these women out, these women cussing each other out. I have a problem with you putting their children into this mess. Putting innocent children who has nothing to do with you adults garbage. You need to stop. And if you're supporting the people, I'll say it again, you need to stop supporting them. You can take your support somewhere else where it's well deserved. But I will not be a part of people calling the alphabet people on other people, on my people. See, because you have to know Breonna Taylor was sitting in her house and they gunned her down. Yes, I'm sure there's more to the story, but she was in her house, innocent. That's what they say. Now, I'm not going to elaborate on that because it's not about her. But you had Trayvon Martin walking down the street, innocent. You had the guy outside selling cigarettes. I forgot his name. Innocent. You have so many Black people that's really innocent, that's being killed by the hands of the people who's supposed to protect us. They're supposed to protect us. And because we can't trust the men in blue anymore, anytime you call an agency and they have to go to a person's home, they are escorted by the men in blue. What will they do? We have to think, people. We have to really think. We have to look at the whole picture, not just the picture of you being mad at me because you talked about me. You talked about me on a YouTube. But we have to look at the whole picture, the climate that we in. It's so easily for someone to be escorted to someone's home and they say, well, I was in a hostile environment, and they pull out a gun and just kill that person. It's deeper than you just calling CPS or the FBI. It's deeper. It's the climate that we in. It's sickening. It's so sickening. Hold on, because I need to catch these messages. Let me go back and try to catch these messages, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, baby. The BBK, good morning. The Bosses channel, good morning. JP, good morning. Angela, my baby, good morning. The Bosses channel, I said CCN, hey, captivating. Kristen, Pat W, hello, beautiful. Trina C, hello, beautiful. Let me see. Good morning, happy Saturday. So let me read some of these comments, you guys. She talks to her children while online. They are right there with her sad shaking my head. Right. At least she has her children with her. Good point, Boss's channel. Her children aren't pawned off on someone else. She have her children right there. So I don't know. Where's that's neglect? They say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Absolutely. I was always told that as a child, and I believe it as an adult. And I think this COVID, this C-19 thing is causing people to be so idle and bored and shut in that they stay on these YouTube streets and they just seek havoc to wreak. Hey, yep, I would not support him. That's just me. Thanks to the 46 people joining us this morning. Hey, Dre, hit the like. Please make sure you hit this like. And I'm sure that I'll get feedback from this. And if I do, I don't care because I don't watch some of these people. But I'm just telling you facts. I'm telling you facts. Some real shit. You are jeopardizing kids who has nothing to do with what their parents are doing on YouTube. And you are putting them in a situation that is a strong possibility in some cases, and I don't know how strong I'm going to put on that strong, that they could be taken out of their home, placed in another home, and the neglect, the abuse, and the trauma begins there. Just because you got mad at me. Just because you didn't like what Mz.Teavalocity said. That's right. You don't know people. We don't really know these people. K. Edward, this needs to be heard because these people are stupid. And yesterday, karma showed up for that person swiftly. She didn't even see it as God saying, stop before it gets worse. Now, I tell you what I fear. I fear that some of these people are mentally unstable and they will act. See, because everybody's been doxxed. Everybody's been doxxed on here. So people have your address. You so bold. Some of you content creators are so bold that you tell folk your address. You tell folk your address. And see, you got some crazy mofos that will strap up, suit up, and take a train, take a plane, or the automobile to come where you at just to get your ass. Now, that's a fact. It has happened on more than one occasion. See, because I would hate to see what I saw last year or the year before when that boy on Facebook made that girl call up his main squeeze because he was cheating with her, his side chick, and made her apologize. But in the midst of her shaking there, I could see that that girl was scared. The fear was right there, and he blew her fucking head off. Right on Facebook. Excuse my French. He blew her head off, and we can hear it. That shit was for real. Because of why? Because he had been cheating, and she had called the other woman. And that's what he blew her head off for. So can you imagine a mofo being upset because you got their children taken away from them and they have nothing else? Some people don't have anything but their children to hold on to. Can you imagine that? I'm just that freaking mad. I'm going to strap up and show you just who to F with. You got people like that. You got people like that. It's a special kind of evil to attack the parent through an innocent child. Yes, I promise I feel love radiating through the screen when Reed's children. I think I've never heard none of those children being neglected that I had concern for them. None of them. None of them. Same here, Kayvas. The kids are not afraid to approach her when she is online. That's a huge sign that her kids know they can come first. They come first. Absolutely. And people mute themselves all the time to go take care of their children. Just because we see them online, there's other parents in the home, and we don't even know if it's grandparents or other people. You see me online, I'm a grandparent, but if my granddaughter knock on my door, I'm going to answer her. I'm going to put you on mute, and I'm going to answer and see what my grandbaby need because she comes first. So you don't know. It's everyone's business. We have to stop sweeping this under the carpet. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, baby. Ursula, I'm glad to see you, love. I've been seeing you. What sick is hurting children's pops in a person's head? I don't know. To learn who rules over your, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Unknown. I don't know what you mean by that, Dre. I have to read. Good morning, Light Bright. Hey, baby, long time no see. You got me all emotional. You're a preacher. No, it's not. I'm just telling facts. I'm stating facts because I'm upset with the situation that's going on, and nobody seems to able to grab control. And the only reason why you can't grab control is because you're controlling it. You're technically controlling it. And you think you don't want to insert yourself or get involved with this and that, but you're controlling that. You're controlling that behavior. I'm just telling you facts. You're controlling it. So you are in control. Log off. Don't support. Don't cash it. Don't super chat. And if enough of those people do that, they'll get the message like, damn, okay, my behavior is becoming intolerable to people and the people who I care about, supposedly my subs. So I need to, I need to reset and regroup and see what the hell I'm doing wrong so I can start doing it right. When you say, hey, I love you, my subbies. Hey, love. Hey, beautiful. Oh, I miss you. And you're building a YouTube shit with these people and you want them to respect and value who you are, then you need to follow and see what's going on. A lot of these people ain't liking this shit. Oh, a lot of people are backing away from certain content creators because they're doing it too much. And they doing it to people that they happen to like, both parties. So, good morning, Miss T in chat. I agree. The kids have nothing to do with this. Keep them out of it. I wish they would. Oh, that comment. Okay. Man, listen, all I think about is the children being hurt out there. Yeah. Hi, Miss T and chat. I was thinking, wow, I've never argued with a young lady like that ever. The best I can do is give them some good old-fashioned advice and love. That's all we can do. But this is a form of it. No, you just need to be a decent person. Quit putting your mouth on these kids. Exactly. It's uncomfortable questioning children, especially when you know it's all on some bull. Right. And remember, children are innocent. If you come to my home and my children, you ask my innocent little child a question, they're going to answer. And it may not be the answer that the parent wants them to answer, but unfortunately, they're innocent and they only speak the truth unless they taught to lie. They only speak the truth out of the mouth of innocent babes. Ain't that how they say it? Don't fall for people that bait with bad intentions. Yeah, bad intentions. These intentions aren't good. I didn't see your Cash App, Queen Diva. I forgot Miss T says she don't get the money. I don't, and I won't, baby. Thank you. If you could withdraw, oh, well, I can't. I won't get it because, see, they take money because I'm not on here enough making money. So what they do is they subtract their 30%. And then because I'm not on here enough, they'll start taking my subs and my money. The algorithm, YouTube, however it is, that's what happens. So I ask that you don't cash at me, but I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But it doesn't come to me. I ask that you don't super chat me. In fact, I'm going to turn that super chat button off. Not like I get a lot because I'm not on here and but when I do, I've never gotten any of them. Sorry to tell y'all, I have never gotten the boss's channel money or anyone else. And I'm so, so sorry. But YouTube take their money first. Would you consider doing a panel with people that have been in foster care for a day for 18? Absolutely. Kay Edwards, I tried it. Let me tell you something. Kay Edwards, I've tried, and Andrea is the lady to contact, or me. Please drop my email, both emails, the Mz.Teavalocity, come straight to my business channel, Mz.Teavalocity, or ShellyShell62@gmail. I will get it, or contact me. But I have tried to put together panels. When you telling facts and truth and it's positive, people don't want to visit you. People don't want to hear that. I have some good lives over here in reference to credit, investment. I don't get that many views, and I'm not mad, because I was always taught the person who the message is for, they will get it. So whoever is here for the message, and they'll get it. If it's meant for them, they will get it. Hey, Keitra, sorry. They'll get the message. For those who want to get wrapped up in all this drama and this foolishness, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they're about, let them stay where they at. The ones who want to hear what I have to say will come, so I don't beg, But I have been trying to do a panel on that, and I have been trying to get one on sexually abused men. And that's why I held off on that live, because I've reached out to people that I didn't get a response from. And it's pretty tough, but I would love to do that, Kay Edwards. If you know anyone who's interested in doing a panel, please contact me and I will make it happen, because stuff like that is important to me. Not all this other bullshit. That's entertainment, but this is important to me, because these are my people. We are a village, whether we know it or not. We still are a village. Now the village is diminishing and be dismantled in some area, but we still can build a strong village that all these children are our children. And that's a fact. So yes, Kay, I would do that. Thank you. Please respect the host. Thank you in advance. Thank you. That's very freaking weird. I don't know. Stop calling these organizations because it's being done with malicious intent. That's what I said. If you have bad intentions, then you already know that let me ask you guys this, because I know when I do something. First, hold on, you guys. I'm all over the place trying to read it. If you find yourself justifying it, then you immediately show you know it's wrong. Right decisions never need justification. Absolutely, Andrea. Right decisions never needs justification. And if you was doing it with good intentions, you would never have to come on here and make a video, 1,000 video justifying why you did it. We all would know why you did it, that it was a good thing for you to do, because we all will feel the same. I would never speak one word bad on my enemy's children, because I know God will get me. That's what I want to say. Listen, when I do something wrong to someone, I can't sleep at night sometimes, because my conscience bothers me. You said that, Mz.Teavalocity. You did that. You know that was wrong. And I'm wiggling and I'm moving all over my bed, because my conscience is telling me, my conviction is coming to me, and I can't sleep. So you have to be a soulless person if these people do the shit that they do and they don't feel convicted and they don't wrestle with themselves at night, because their conscience let them know that they did something messed up. Being positive, they don't support. That's right. They don't support it. But anyway, anyone who would like to participate on the panel, please let me know. And don't forget that I am open. It doesn't just have to be about this, but I am so open to getting some things out in the universe, on lives, because you'd be surprised. The people who hang up in the bushes, they too take this knowledge. They don't drop down all the time. Some people don't feel comfortable dropping down, because they have made people feel like if you drop down in somebody's chat that they don't like, you're with the ops. They call it the ops. That just kills me. You're with the ops, or you were riding with her. So people are afraid to drop down and engage. But see, that's something you need to put in check, because that means you are allowing another adult to control you. That's why I said that I go where I want to, I drop down where I want to. I don't give a shit whether you like me or not, or you stop liking me because you see me in somebody else's chat. As long as you don't see me jumping on panels and talking about you, you have no control. You don't have any control where I go anyway. But what I'm saying, you shouldn't have a problem with me. If you hear me say something about you, or I'm in the chat twerking when someone dragging the hell out of you, then I could see you having a problem. I could see you having a problem, because that means if I'm twerking in that chat, I'm agreeing with them. But that's not always the case. Narratives could change so quick, and you guys see this all the time. We can be in someone's chat and we have a good vibe, a good positive vibe going on, and you get someone to jump on a platform and switch the narrative, and then you part of the bullshit. The bullshit you didn't even want to be in. Your intentions wasn't to come up on that panel to be involved in this BS, because I was watching this positive live, and all of a sudden, in the twinkling in the eye, it turned negative, and my ass is on the panel. And I get off, but you already saw me there. So you say, oh, she was part of it. That's not so, you guys. And stop thinking that. If you don't hear a person say something out of their mouth, and they're not criticizing you or dragging you or roasting you, then you shouldn't have a problem. See, your problem is you want to control those people. And that's the problem. That's a form of control. But you shouldn't be able to control no damn grown person. Thank you. Please make sure you like this video. Like it, so it could get into the algorithm. And again, I'm going to get ready to get off here. You know, I was going in the direction to talk about Tasha K, Jaguar Wright, Toxic Diamond. You know, I go everywhere. I'm not just over here. But because I felt compelled to speak about this and not give a damn what video is going to be made about me, I'm still going to say what I feel. Stop the bullshit. Stop calling these people out of malicious intent. If you care and you really care about children, leave them alone. Leave them where they be. Don't jeopardize their welfare. Oh, yeah, they're going to lose a lot of subscribers behind this. And let me tell you, everybody in your camp is not for you. You know, here I go, but I ain't going to go into that. There's always snakes in your camp. Yeah. There's people in your camp who's waiting to see you fall. And they egging you on because they want to hurry up and see your train wreck. But you think these people are for you. No, they there to encourage the ignorance and the bad behavior so they can hurry up and see your train wreck. See, people like a good train wreck. Yeah, they do on these YouTube streets. And a lot of people are headed for a train wreck. And they got people in their chats that they think is for them, and they're against them, right in their damn chats, right in their lives, right in their Zooms, right. They could be right beside you, and that's the scariest thing. You don't even know that they are against you and not for you. And you're living it up with them. You drinking it up with them. You're so comfortable with them. And they are helping other people destroy you. That's some funny shit. That's some funny stuff, I tell you. Ooh, I tell you, that is funny. Oh, That is so funny. They right there. You do the one sexual abuse man. That's a good one. I am going into this sexual abuse. I'm waiting for an answer. In fact, I will follow up, or Andrea and I will get together and we will follow up with the person who I tried to contact, because one man who was in a situation that I want to talk about that was in foster care and was sexually abused as a young man. He wanted to come on and then he backed out. So that's why that story is on hold. The story is on hold because the person and the people who said they would come on the panel, I wasn't going to show their face. I told them that I would keep them, you know, I wouldn't reveal who they were, and I would keep them. What I'm trying to say. Oh Lord, help me, help me, help me. Andrea, help me. Somebody help me. Well, to make sure we didn't know who they were, I would try to change the voice, speed up the, the audio, but they backed out on me. So I have to find someone else. Hey, Miss Juicy. Miss Juicy, baby. Kimberly Black. My queen. How are you, Kimberly? I took the Pfizer vaccine. Now I'm running a fever and have muscle and body aches. Well, Kimberly, we're going to pray for you. You didn't have a choice in your profession. You didn't have a choice. Some of us is not going to have a choice, but that's one of the side effects. Kimberly, we're going to pray for you. There's two type of vaccines, the Moderna and the Pfizer. So I don't know. I don't know. Andrea, did you want me to drop the link? Kimberly, we will pray for you, baby. I hope you feel better. Kimberly, you are a strong supporter of a lot of content creators. And one thing I like about you, you are a supporter, but you stay neutral. And you control yourself. You don't let these people control you. You and Regina M. I see. I see a lot. It's difficult to get men to speak about sexual abuse. It's such a stigma. And I know, and that's why I want to shine light on that, Andrea, because it is such a stigma and they are afraid to talk about it. But I reached out to this organization and I'm going to work on it. Andrea, I'm going to call you when I finish this, baby. I'm going to get with you. Isn't that a part of the side effects? Let's make sure we pray for Kimberly Black. K. Edwards, she's very low vibrational person with a very nasty mouth for a woman. I will never allow that in my spirit. My girl Ursula, I've been looking for you, sugar wooger. Hell, one of those boomers advised the chick that there are snakes around them. Oddly enough, that person and her crew are the snakes. Could be. Could be. Oh, sorry, Andrea. You know what? Somebody sent me a message a long time ago to drop the link. I apologize, sweetheart. I got wrapped up in my own commentary that I didn't do it. Here you are, baby girl. But let me tell you something. We are going to watch some of these people, and I'm telling you, I keep getting this image in my head, and I ask the Lord to let it, make it go away, that we're going to see someone get physically hurt on YouTube. They're going to do just like the Facebook incident. I keep seeing it. I want that image and I want that thought to get out of my mind, that they're going to make them turn on their camera while they fucking off them. Excuse my French. Yeah, you too, Pink Sugar. You too. No, you three women both are the same. Sorry, Pink. I didn't know you were still here, baby. But you do. And you do, and you don't take it. Hold on, Dre, that's you. Hello, baby girl. And you don't take it to heart. You're not invested. But with that being said, Pink Sugar, Kimberly Black, and some others, everyone can't be like you. Some of these people are taking this stuff to heart, is getting in their spirit, and they acting upon it. And some people, even though they say it's a persona, I believe the persona becomes you when you cross certain boundaries. I really do believe that you are becoming that person. Even though it's just YouTube and is a persona, they say, no, you can become your persona. You really can. That's just my belief. Go ahead. Hey, beautiful. You can unmute. I'll mute. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning to everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming and joining us and adding your commentary. That quote that I put up was about the one you said, I have to check with you about that, is one that I learned a long time ago. And it was saying that basically it says the second you hesitate to criticize a person when you see wrong, that's when the person is the one who controls you. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And this, the way I understood as Mz.Teavalocity started her commentary, this had nothing to do with one individual. It sounded like she's frustrated because it keeps happening. I think I was a court appointed special advocate for children. I only lasted 2 years because it was extremely painful to get cases. And these kids, most of the time, it was valid. But it was one case that stuck with me for the last 16, 17 years. And I can't say much about it, but it was a false allegation. And based on the bias of that CPS worker, the person who came, and the strength of the people who were making the accusation, I saw a single mother battle for her son, and I was appointed as his advocate. I saw her doing $25 drug tests twice a week when she did not do drugs. She had a speech impediment. But because of the situation and the custody battle and the strength of the people who accused her, this poor single mother, she struggled to get her son back. And that is what we have to think about. It's the majority of those calls are valid. The system wants to reunite the parents with their children if they can. But in the meantime, those kids are with people that may be very nice, but they're not their parents. You are traumatizing a kid. And what I have a problem with is when you're calling CPS on these people and you do not know them, you have not seen a situation with your eyes, you are listening to gossip and rumor, you are angry because they said something that hurt your feelings, and you pick up the phone to call a governmental agency on that person. What does that say about you? You are using the government as a weapon against your brother and sister. Now say, and I'm not just going to say CPS, I'm saying any of the alphabet people, say something goes wrong and that parent that who you may or may not have gotten the right person, the right address, they freak out. They start, because people turn into animals when it comes to their kids. They will go to battle. They freak
Exactly.
out. They sit and they
Exactly.
freak out. And then that policeman who was there, because that CPS worker is court appointed, that's a court official. When I was a volunteer court appointed advocate, I was sworn in by a judge as a court official. So you can get somebody shot because they're like, oh no, you're not calling my
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
I have seen it, not where they
Yep.
got shot, but I have seen parents who are very docile turn into beasts when it comes to their kids. Think about the consequences. And I have called CPS on 3 occasions. And the thought that I had each time I made that call was, if I feel so concerned about this child's welfare, would I be willing to bring that child into my home? And if that answer is no, I'm not calling. But 3 times that answer was yes, then I'm going to call. See, you want to get mad and call these agencies for your own reasons. But
Right.
let me see you send a check. Let me see you put a bed in your home. And let me see you get that child and love that child. If you are that concerned, and that's the issue, it's not about one content creator. I've seen
Right.
Reed, that's when it bothered me when I saw it was Reed. Reed, Rita, 5A, now Miss Pizarro, and I'm sure some kids I
Yep.
missed, and I'm sorry. I think I heard something about James kids. I don't know, but the point
Yep.
is, I don't like them or not. Those kids are living their life unaware of your little issue. Oh, I hear mama, daddy hollering. Well, hey, it has nothing to do with me. Kids are minding their own business, but you are making a decision to touch that kid's life because you mad. That is a problem. And we need to stop supporting it. I don't ever support any of those people. Like when I hear about a person getting doxxed, I'm not looking at the picture because I don't
Me
care.
either. Me
That's
either.
that's my appeal. And
I
I would
don't.
love to do a panel to not focus on a person. Like, I'm big on the behavior. People are people. We're gonna all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I saw someone say about they cussed some Miss Bizarre cussed in front of their kid. Um, I'm not a
Uh,
big cusser, but I've cussed in
uh,
front of my kids. Yeah, I
oh, I've
have.
cussed in front of my
I'm not
kids.
a I used to be a hell of a fighter. I would fight all the time. Couldn't run from nothing.
I fought in front of my
Until
kids.
until I did it in front of the wrong kid. My son and we were in the grocery store. That boy went to a whole nother aisle. He was like, and I realized, you know what? You defending him, but you embarrassing him more. And that was my last fight. Because I was like, somebody cutting up. Oh, I'm about to show you something. Well, my child's response taught me that I was doing wrong. But up until then, I thought I was right. Parents don't get stuff right. You can't be perfect. You just got to focus on being good enough because you will never be the perfect parent. Someone will always criticize you. And we got to stop because it is. We got a price on our heads. People are going
Yeah.
open season on
Oof.
us. And
Yeah.
why would we put our brothers and sisters who we are temporarily pissed off at in the
Right.
line of fire? You
Right.
mad? A permanent decision can be made by because of your temporary pissosity. And that's the issue.
Right.
Please don't go back to these channels saying, oh, Mz.Teavalocity and her people are coming for you.
Yeah, I ain't coming for no. I'm
You
coming for.
missing the whole point.
Yeah, but
Stop.
that's what
That's
they'll
it.
do. That's what they'll do. But you know what? I've gotten to the point where I just don't give a damn no more anymore. I try to tiptoe around stuff. I don't want to get involved. But truth is truth. You got to call a spade a spade. And I wasn't talking about one particular incident. I was talking about all of them. All of those very people, and thank you, Andre, for putting in words, have been called CPS on. Even my little girlfriend in Shy Town who don't like me, I felt bad when they did it to her. I felt bad when they did it to Rita, Miss Pizarro. I feel bad when they did it to anyone. I feel bad when they do that and place those children in jeopardy of being taken out of their home. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. Now, you could take it for what it's worth and think I was talking directly about you or whoever feel free to think that. I really don't care. I will not be silenced. I will not be silenced on how I feel. That's why I created my YouTube channel. That's why. And I will continue to come down here and say what I want, when I want to, and how I want to, if it affects me in any type of manner, the behavior. I'm speaking on the behavior. Okay? So
Right.
you can do what you want. They can do what they want.
Well, well, thank you for this time. I just wanted to say that because I saw it trying to go another way, and I was like, y'all, let's get the message and not focus
Oh,
on the
thank you
person.
very much.
You weren't going that. You weren't going that. It was a comment in the chat.
I saw it. I
But
saw it.
I mean, I wasn't upset about the comment. I was just
But
saying,
okay.
wait, let's make sure it doesn't go the wrong way.
Okay, well, let's
In the
just go
chat.
there now. Just let's hold up on that. Why would you feel that it was necessary for you to drop down in my chat and tell me how you spend your money and who you support? I didn't just name that content creator. I never even said that content creator name because apparently you feel guilty. Now think about it. Apparently it's bothering you and you feel guilty and you had to come over here and try to justify how you spending your money. and why you supporting that person. I didn't say anything about that person in particular. I didn't ask you about your money and why you support who you want.
Right.
So right
Yeah.
there was a very good sign of what we're talking about. You came down here to justify why you support somebody, so you feel bad or you feel some kind of way. You need to reevaluate what you doing and who you support, and if you got to come over here and defend your support for a person to try to convince me, trying to convince us over here in Mz.Teavalocity's live to support, or why we should support, or why we should continue, or why we shouldn't, or what you doing. You tried to convince us. We don't need you to come over here and drop in my live period and tell me anything. Stay in the
And
bushes.
and even if it was an opposing comment, I didn't find it like, truly disrespectful, and you didn't either. You kind of
Oh
you just
no.
went and gave an answer. Um,
Mhm.
but the thing is that we sometimes we justify or we defend without really thinking, what are we defending? And
Right.
that's the thing that I don't understand, because we base it on who we like and don't like, and everybody has that bias, but you have to be aware when you're biased. You're saying, hey, if this was me, or this was my favorite person, would I feel like they were attacked? Yeah, you would.
And
So
no, yeah.
it may be you may need to think about what you're doing and what you're saying.
Mhm.
No one said to not support a particular content creator, or you can support that person, but don't support them in wrong. Support them in what they're doing right, but
Right.
not wrong. And my sense of right and wrong is pretty solid. If it's right, it's always right. If it's wrong,
Right.
it's always wrong. I don't care who you are. And it is hard to tell a person, hey, I'm not cool with that. I'll catch you next time. I have literally done that. I've said, I can't do this, but I'll catch you next live, though. It doesn't mean that I don't like you. It just means
Oh,
I'm not there with you today.
oh,
This
you've
is
done it to
not,
me.
well, I wasn't going to say that. I was just
Okay,
saying.
yeah. But I respect you. No, no, no. No, baby. Call it on the carpet. Call it on the carpet.
I mean,
You've
that's
done
just
it
who
to
I am as a
listen.
person. Yeah.
You've done it to me. And what I say, I respect that. Okay, baby, I talk to you later, because we are adults, and because we are at a maturation level that we could deal when people don't like what's being said or going on in our lives or in our chats or something, and we could bow out. And I said, okay, baby, I'll talk to you later. I understand. I
Right.
understand. And that's
And
all I
that's
could say.
and that's the adult response. A lot of times people will people feel like that's codependency, when you feel like you got to ride with somebody when they're right and wrong. No, you are not codependent. You should not enable a person in their wrong, because you're not helping them. Like when people say, oh, when they have a person with drug addiction in their family, and you're steadily giving them money, they're harming themselves. Why do you continue to give them money? Buy them a meal, help them out with a bill or something if they're, in dire straits. But
Mhm,
not give them money because you're supporting them in something that's harmful to them. I feel that's the
mhm.
same way when you're dealing with anything. If I care about you, I want to see you win. I can't support you in something that may harm you, whether it's losing a subscriber count, something small as that, or as large as losing your very life. I can't support you in that.
Exactly. Exactly. And let me address this. You know what? I'm going to always say what I want to say. When I what I feel is right, my view, my perspective, my perception, my opinion, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to always say that. It's not a matter of getting in anything. It's a matter of calling a spade and telling the truth, and I will continue to tell the truth. I don't give a shit what nobody think, how many videos they make, how much doxing or whatever. I'm going to say what I want to say. If you choose to stay silent, that's you. That's the problem. Too many of us stay silent and say, well, I just don't want to say nothing. I don't want, I'm talking about everyone who does it. I'm talking about everyone, not one specific person. So if you take it like that, then that's how you perceived it, and that's what you run with it, and you could change the narrative. But if I got something I'm going to say, I'm going to always say, no one here or anywhere else can silence me. So
Right.
make that fact known. So if you're going to stay out of it, you stay out of it. If I got something to say about it, I'm going to say it, and no one is going to stop me. I don't give a damn about what
Right.
people think about me or what they say about me or what video they make about me. I'm going to come down here and speak my piece. That's why I created the channel. And that's not, Andre, I'm saying that. So you just stay out of it. But if I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it.
And it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to sit out something. And it's okay to speak out. It's the wisdom is knowing when to do it. And when you see
Yes.
something going on repeatedly, it may be time to start speaking, especially when you see your friend at risk of losing something.
And not
If
only
you,
that,
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dre.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Not only that, how many times we just go sit back and don't say shit and just let all this foolishness happen? And we're supposed to be a community, and it's our people. It's our people. And yes, miss me with the bullshit, because they're gonna say, well, that happens in every sector. I don't care what happens in every sector, quote. I care what I see people who I care about going through. That's
And the
it.
thing is that you're in this area. So your focus and concern is in this area. You have gained a liking or a dislike or whatever for a person in this area. I don't want to hear about the other areas either, because it's here is where I saw it. So here is where I speak. It's up to someone else in those areas to speak to people in those areas. So saying someone else does it again is, it's not a justification. If someone's doing right, the consequences of that right decision will justify it. It needs no words. And
Right.
when I find myself justifying something, I'm like, okay, is this really the right thing I should be supporting here? And
Right.
again, it's not saying get on a hate train about anybody who's done it. It's not saying that that person is 100% evil. It's saying that your deed right now is not the best, because it's a felony in some states, I don't know about all, to falsely report, and you're also at risk of civil liability as well. So if you care about this person who is doing something to someone else in anger, it's up to you to tell that person, hey, this is how this could harm you. And if that person chooses to not listen to you, at least you took a minute to show your care for that person by saying, this might not be the way you want to go. I would kind of leave this alone, because this can affect you the long way. And you're just mad for right now. And
Right.
that needs to
Right.
happen, whether it's
Right.
FBI, police, whoever you're calling, even if it's
Whoever.
the landlord of that person.
Whoever.
Cut it
Not
out,
only
because
that.
you reap what you sow. You reap more than you
Exactly.
sow, and you will continue to reap
Exactly.
later than you sow. And that's the thing. Think about those annuals that come up, the flowers that come up every year. You sowed one time, but you reap it
Yep.
over and
You
over and
reaping
over.
over and
See,
over.
people think it's one act
There you
that you
go.
will reap from. No, 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 no. You're not going to just get one for one. You could do one act and reap tens upon 10
Ooh.
times what you sowed.
Ooh.
And
Over and
that's what
over.
I had to learn. I had to learn that. So I don't think I'm any less or better than anybody else. So if I had to learn it, I think you need to learn it too. And that's what we got to realize. Every word we hold account for. And
That's right.
that's the thing that no, I don't expect people to be perfect. I laugh with everybody. I laugh with people too.
Oh,
I
I
say slick
left.
stuff too. I say slick stuff too. But
Some of this is
I'm only going to
funny.
go so far, because
Some of it
I
is
had to learn it.
entertainment.
Yeah, it
Sorry,
is
some of it
entertainment.
is. It is, and I laugh. You know what? The other day, I don't go over there very much, but here's something. Good morning. I went over. Hey, Cookie baby. I went over and just dropped down at Duchess Kelly Love. I don't go over there very much, but I just was roaming the streets. He had a really good Name That Tune show, but it was Name That Song. It wasn't a lot of people there, but it was something fun. It's still a lot of fun on YouTube. We just have to seek it out. Not all the time people want to see each of us destroying each other. Sometimes we want to go in a calm space, a funny space, or a real entertainment. And I say that because it's not that over here is so bad. Yes, it's dark over here, but it's other good content creators over here as well. It's other people doing good stuff, and sometimes we just need to seek out other things than to be involved and support some of this garbage, because whether you believe it or not, it will affect all of us. If anyone's child is taken out of their home, it will affect all of us, directly or indirectly. And that's a fact.
Well,
So
I'm in full agreement with that, and hmm, let me think
but
on that a minute. Go ahead.
go ahead, because that's a fact. It will affect us. Look at our grown men and our grown women now, some of them with issues that come from their childhood, for simple stuff like we talking about. Not so simple, but stuff that's related to what we talking about now. It affects them. So it affects their communication. It affects their relationships. We can get involved with someone who has been in foster care. You know what I mean? And not that they aren't loving, but it's tough for them to love because they've been traumatized. But it's deeper than that. But go, Dre, go.
Okay, I had to really think and see if that was something I wanted to say, but I fixed it up. Um, when you are entertained by something like someone being doxxed or someone getting an authority called on them, I think it's time to question, why is that entertainment for you? To me, it
Ooh.
seems like it's time for you to, I'm not going to say log off because that's just silly. We're not logging off. This is the world that we live in. But when you are entertained by someone else's shame, it's time to look at your life, because it's something in your life that you're feeling pretty bad about, to go and seek in hopes of someone else having it worse. And when we spend so much time and energy wanting to see someone else become exposed or shamed, doxxed, whatever, what that time could really be spent on finding out and starting to fix that part of your life that makes you feel less than, incompetent, unworthy, to the point that you have to go that far to make yourself feel better, because you don't even feel better after you do it. You may think you feel better. You may say, I don't give up. But yeah, you do. You will never convince me because you spent time looking for something. I'm a researcher. I look up everything. I get in rabbit holes. So I'm going to tell you right now, you spent time looking that stuff up. You telling me you don't care about the minutes of your life? You care. But instead of trying to dog somebody else out about their housekeeping skills, where they live, how they may or may not treat their family members, what kind of job they have, spend that time fixing that part of you that wants to be entertained, and I'm saying air quotes, better known as feel higher, feel better than that other person. There's something in your life that's missing. Go find it and fix it to where it's distasteful to you to see
Yeah.
someone else be humiliated. That's just that's the
Yeah.
bullying aspect in adulthood. And
Yeah.
that's, yeah, that's my point on that. And that's pretty much all I really had to say about that. It was just it was driving me nuts. Like, could we please just kind of roast and gag and and leave
Yeah.
that outside stuff alone. Because now it's like I'm afraid to even I watch replays because I'm thinking, what if I say something in this chat? Next thing I know, the damn chat is subpoenaed because somebody done shot somebody.
Well,
Because they doxed them. It's kind of like
shh,
I'm here doing the good
yeah,
time, and then it turns left.
yeah,
Make
and
sure
that's
y'all excuse
crazy.
yourself. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's why I was saying we could be sitting somewhere and the panel is nice, very informative, very positive. Somebody jump on the panel and it goes left, or somebody reads somebody saying something in the chat. They start screaming and hollering from the chat. It just could go left real quick. And that don't mean you wanted to be a part of that. That's just how quick it turned. But you know what? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. If
I'm
you
going back in the chat so you can
Okay,
finish.
baby girl. And I'm gonna wrap it up right now. We gonna get
Okay.
ready to wrap it up. This is my thing. If you are a part or you support anyone who does things like this, who have bad behavior like this, you may not think that you're a part of that problem, but you are part of the problem. And I don't care if we just look at it as entertainment or what, that's a problem. That's a deep problem. And we're part of the problem. But as grown people, you have the liberty to do and say and go where you want. You shouldn't have anyone that controls you but you. You control yourself. You have that liberty. But just know if something or we witness someone's child getting taken away from them and something happens to them, remember we could have been part of the solution, but we was part of the problem by supporting that behavior. One. Two, two, if something is being, if you have to cause yourself to think, was it right or do I have to justify it, then that's a problem as well with what you believe. If you're trying to justify it, that's a real problem. And you need to do something about that. I just don't believe that I want to be a part of some of this nonsense. Whether I like you or I don't, I am for right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You can't make a wrong a right unless it's something mentally wrong with you. You know right from wrong. You know left from right. You know what will impact a person's life if you do something, but you comfortable in doing it, then I need to walk away from it. So it's not a flip-flop thing. That's how I started this out. It's not a flip-flop thing. It's just I see you moving differently in something that I don't believe in. So I'm going to back away from you. I'm going to distance myself because I don't get down like that. That's just not my belief. And I have that right. And you have a right to call me a flip flop or a whatever. But I have that right. So, unfortunately, hold on. Just like a traffic, as people slow up or stop to look, even when the accident is not constricted traffic, and never get out to help. If you're not going to help, thank you, Regina. Well said. Well said. If you're not going to help, then you right. What do you stop looking for? Why are you stopping to look? You know, at one point we have to have some type of humanity kick in. No matter how you are. When you do things like this and it's well in your soul, you have a dark heart to me. That's just me. That's my opinion. You have a dark heart. And like Andrea said, something is wrong with you and you need to go seek help. If you think doing stuff like this is fun, is entertaining, or you don't feel anything from doing it, you don't feel any type of conscience beating you, then something is wrong and you need to get help. Unfortunately, that repetitive behavior of abusing the system with false reporting for nonsense says a lot about a person's character or the lack of. And I'm going to wrap it up with this, and then we'll get ready to go. People who have Nothing to lose will do anything. See, it goes deeper than this sometimes, you guys. It's deeper than what we see. Some of these people don't have people to love them or for them to love. Some of these people are lost. They're lonely. They're depressed. They're mentally unstable. This is their outlet. They're angry. Why don't I have someone to love me? Why don't I have a husband, a wife? Why don't I have a dog? Why don't I have a good job? Why don't I have that big house? Why don't I have that nice car? Why don't I have a simple why don't I just have their personality? Why everyone like them? Why does everyone like them? Why are they so bubbly? Why they seem happy? And I'm sitting here miserable. And because I feel like that, and because I'm empty and I don't have anyone, I think I'll just get up and seek to destroy someone today or try to take away some of their happiness. That's what's going on in a lot of these cases. They don't have anyone to love them. They don't even love anyone. They don't have anything. So they don't have anything to lose. So they don't care about you losing the ones who love you or who you love. When a person has something to lose, they take into consideration their behavior, their actions. See, I have too much to lose to come down here and go back and forth with someone that I don't even know. But because this is their outlet and this is what they live for and this is their investment and they don't have anything to lose, they'll try to shred me to pieces because they want me to lose. Don't waste your time or your energy on people who don't have anything to lose because the only thing they're doing is trying to get you to lose what you have. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. Cookie, good to see you. Good to see you, Cookie, Regina M. Everyone who came in to join me, please make sure you hit the like button. And we'll just see from here where it goes spinning. Oops. So I couldn't find my theme song yesterday, and it was right here in my computer. Listen, everyone may not like what I say, but I say what I say and I mean what I say. With that being said, if you see your king's crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and princesses. Remember, they are our joint heirs. An heir means they should inherit something. I've been coming down here doing lives trying to help us get our finances in order and our investment because I want my grandchildren to inherit something and my children as well. So make sure you invest so you can leave some generational wealth for your grandbabies or whomever. Make sure you be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. A simple hello. Maybe this message today blessed someone. Maybe this message made someone think different. It didn't matter the messenger who brought the message. It was the message. You guys, make sure you be a blessing and not a bother. I'll get that cup of coffee. You look beautiful. You have a nice smile on. I like that coat you wearing. I'll get that bag. I'll pay for that McDonald's McMuffin for you and that cup of coffee. It doesn't take much to bless someone. Make sure we try very hard to be a blessing and not a bother. Stay safe. The C19 is there. Prayers go out to Binge Thinker. I love you much, Binge. Miss you, sweetheart. And we're going to pray for Kimberly Black. She's a frontliner. She's not feeling well today. And we're going to wish Spill It Boy TV. I didn't forget you, mother. Happy 49th birthday. Hopefully, I'll see you tonight. And to my gemologist, my backbone, I thank you very much and I appreciate it. I appreciate you very much, as well as my subbies. I appreciate y'all very much. You right.